And welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up? Yo, LWR London, thank you so much. If you're watching in London, if you're watching in the UK and in Africa on TV, LWR, thank you so much for this opportunity. You guys are wonderful. I love you and welcome to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. We are going to be airing and we have great interviews just like this next one. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so you can get us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Speaker, Spotify, TuneIn, Deezer, Vimeo, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Amazon Podcasts, as well as LWR TV. And don't forget about YouTube, Dream Chasers Radio, and all the other places in between that I didn't mention because I don't have enough breath. But we do have an amazing artist on the show today. I want to welcome to the show Zo Duncan. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I try to get it all in, really fast.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm like, man, I would have got lightheaded.
Sometimes I do get lightheaded. That's okay, though. I'm sitting down, so I'm not going to fall out my chair. Man. Hey, so tell me about yourself. I mean, I know you're a musician. That's pretty much all I know. So tell me, how did you get into the music industry? How did this story begin for you?
I started writing poetry. I've always had a gift with words. So I started off writing poetry when I was in high school. And then after I got out of high school, I released two poetry books with like poems and short stories. And then after that, I felt like, okay, I'm writing poetry, I could write a song. So I had a cousin that could sing, and I was like, hey, if I write a song, would you sing it? And she was like, yeah. So that same day I wrote the song in like 2 hours. And I sent it to her, and she's like, "Oh, this is beautiful." And she never did get to sing it or anything. But from there, I just kept writing, and then I kind of bounced around. I moved to Atlanta, did some stuff with some local artists, moved back home, moved to China, which is completely unrelated. But
okay.
I moved back home, and then I moved to LA, and then from there, I just started starting networking and things like that, and just kept picking up from there.
Mm-hmm. I hear that LA is hard.
Oh,
is
yeah.
That true?
It's hard if you don't know how to navigate it. It's a bit of a machine itself, just being in LA, especially because everybody's out there for the same reason that you're there. Like everybody has a dream. So it's like you have to be able to find, genuine people that are that want to see your dream blossom, even if it happens before theirs.
Yeah, I heard it's hard. I had a friend of mine that went out that way, and he ended up coming back here. He was like, no.
And it's mad expensive. LA is like mad expensive. So yeah, you definitely you gotta have 5 and 6 hustles to be out there.
Oh goodness. Oh wow. So I really truly want to know about that record in the background back there. What is that? Tell me about that.
So I just released my first EP in January. And when it came out, it landed number 3 on the iTunes UK chart. So they sent me this plaque, which basically commemorates my number 3 position, top R&B albums.
Wow. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. I mean, when you got that, how did that make you feel?
Honestly, I was shocked. Like, I felt like, I deserved it, but at the same time, I kept refreshing the page, like, wow, my album is number 3. And it's even more shocking because, I'm a songwriter. I'm not a performing artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of doing like the DJ Khaled thing where I write the music, I do the vocal arrangements and the executive producing, but I'm not physically like doing the vocals. So it's like, I'm looking at this plaque and it has my face on it. And I'm just like, it's mind blowing.
Wow, that is so cool though. I mean, every artist wants to be validated in some kind of way, whether it be a piece of paper on the wall, a little trophy from your neighborhood church. I mean, something that says, hey, we appreciate what you've done, taking yourself and putting it on paper and putting your ideas on paper and taking the time out of your limited lifespan to try and make other people feel good and giving them that music, that feel good music. I mean, how do you feel when you do this after it's done and you see it and you're going, wow, what comes to mind?
It's a range of emotions, honestly. Because I noticed like, my pen is getting better with each song. So I'm like, some stuff I listen to and I'll be like, I wrote this? Like, I can't believe I wrote this. Like, it's insane. And then, I'm always trying to push myself outside of my comfort zone. So it's like I'm writing stuff that doesn't even sound like, something I would say or, things I would say in everyday conversation. Like, you have to be able to separate yourself from, the art. And so it's like when I finish a song and I listen to it, back after it's recorded and everything, I'm like, wow, this is like insane that I actually did this. This is something that I created, that I thought of. And now it's a physical piece out there.
Yeah.
Or digital, I should say.
Definitely. I've always wanted to ask this question. Dream Chasers Radio is all about going after dreams and goals and visions. Besides music, what else do you love to do?
I love creating.
Mm.
So in addition to poetry, I created board games, I created, clothing, I designed shoes. Like, I just love creating. I love being able to put, time and ideas into something and having a final product that you can, look at or showcase or whatever. Just, something that you designed, that you created, and it's like, okay, this is a piece of me. This is, you know, manifestation of my thoughts and ideas.
Right. Wow, that's great. I mean, I think everybody is kind of on that same, road of manifestation, of creating, of seeing tangible evidence of your hard work. And that's, amazing. And you never really not become a dream chaser. It's like
Right.
there's always something new, it's always something different that you've discovered about yourself that you can do. Like, I cannot draw at all. I am the queen of
Same.
stick figures and circles and squares and all the things basic I can do, but I can't draw. But I can definitely see color.
Oh yeah.
So I love abstract because I can't draw, but I can do abstract. So, I mean, so there's a lot of different things that we can do that we love that may not be perfect, but it's you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
your music, let's talk about that. That's you, that comes from you. When you do write, how do you go about it? And is it a personal experience or is it something that you really truly want to write about at the moment?
It just depends on the moment. I do have like, records that were personal. Like, I have a record called Postpartum. It's a
Mm-hmm.
country song. I wrote it right after my wife, gave birth to our son.
Oh.
And it's just basically like, celebrating motherhood and things that come along with being a new mother,
Mm-hmm.
postpartum, body changes, all that. So it's like that was really personal for me. And
Don't
that
tell me
was
about that.
something I developed into like a project. But
Mm.
then it's like, I have songs where it's like whatever I'm feeling when I, put the headphones on and get in front of the mic, that's what the song is going to be about.
Mm, I hear you. I hear you. So music in itself, let's talk about what you're doing today in 2021 and 20. Okay, so wait, we got to kind of rewind. I think it was 2019 before coronavirus came out. And then now what has changed about you and your music?
Really my working efforts. In 2019, I was fresh. I was just like diving in. I was going to a camp. I did a hard drive camp, which is the label that actually distributed this EP. And they did their first camp in LA, and I was there. And I was like, you just have to be in LA, you have to be in the studio, you have to shake hands. And now, like post COVID, you really don't have to be there. Like,
No.
I did this whole EP without leaving my house.
Wow.
So it's like, and I have artists from Philippines, I have artists from South Africa. Like it's just, you know, COVID taught us that you don't have to be there. Wherever there is, you do not have to be there to succeed. You just
Mm-hmm.
have to figure out how to feel like or work like you're there. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I did. Like, I connect with artists on a daily basis, and it's just it's a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I
feel like
agree.
now my path now versus back then. Back then, I was like, oh, I have to be in LA. I have to be in the studio with the top, artists, whoever. And now my path is I just have to make dope music and everything else will come to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So let me ask you a question. Do you want to go back to the old way of doing things, or do you like it this way better?
I like it this way. I actually, if I had to choose, I would do a hybrid. You know, be there if you have to be there. But I like this way better.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just it's more freeing. It's
Mm-hmm.
more you have more creative control when
Yeah.
the way I do things instead of just being like, okay, you know, I'm going to be in the studio with this artist or whatever just for the look instead of the genuine experience of creating the music.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Wow. So talking about music, you have birthday dance.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Tell me how did that come about? Birthday dance? What is this? Yeah, you gotta
so
tell
bir-
me. You gotta tell me.
so birthday dance is pretty much um it's an anthem. It's
Okay.
a birthday anthem for adults.
I kind of
um,
figured I birthday dance, birthday.
and really, it came to me. I I was originally making it like a pop song, like a dance song. It was going to be like a TikTok thing.
Mm,
But then I heard the track. So my homie, the Fingers, he's a producer, and he has this elegant piano track. And so I was listening to this track, and I'm like, I wonder if this song will fit. And so I'm playing around with it, and I'm laughing while I'm recording. And I'm like, oh, no, this is actually like really dope. And so I put like this really like raunchy sexual song on this elegant piano track, and it's beautiful.
isn't it amazing how that comes out? Wow. Wow. So it's really an adult kind of song. But okay, so let me just backtrack. Okay, so going back, oh, okay. So I grew up teenage years, 80s, 90s, you know what I mean? Okay, so back in the day, I would be singing songs to be fine. I got grown and I started listening to the songs I was
Oh yeah.
singing. It's like I sang that song. Is it one of those?
um, kind of. So it's like, yeah, like you can sing it and just not even realize what you're saying, and then you listen to the lyrics and you're like, oh, do what? What? So it's like, it's funny that you mentioned that because I think about like the songs, like even my parents would play songs and I'm singing along, and then now that I'm older, I'm like, baby, when we were grinding, I get so excited. Like, what?
It make you go,
Yeah, like, hold
I sang
on.
that song. And nobody told me. You didn't like even mention to me what this really meant. I mean, literally, you just let me sing it.
Right, right.
Great parents. Were your parents Generation X? Okay. Your parents were Generation X. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Because we didn't, I mean, I'm Generation X. We didn't care. Go ahead, let
Oh
him sing
yeah,
it. Go ahead. He don't know
yeah.
what he's talking about anyway. It's just let him sing it.
Right.
That's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. So what do you have for your future? What are you thinking about doing in the future with, with your songs, with the collaborations and, and just, I mean, it's a new world. It's a new day. It's a new way of doing things.
Right. So pretty much I wanna cultivate the culture. Like, I took a path to get to where I am, and I still have a lot in front of me that I have to attain. But,
Mhm.
you know, I want to set other people up to do what I'm doing,
Mhm.
So that's why I focus a lot on the executive producing, because I get a lot of people that reach out to me and be like, hey, how much for a feature? And I'm like, I'm not an artist, but I can help you, you know, pretty much develop what I've developed without being an artist. So if you're a producer,
Mhm.
stop waiting for people to hit you up for beats and find artists and put vocals to your beats and release it that way. Like you can't sit around and wait for an opportunity to come to you. Like,
Mhm.
I was a songwriter for years, and I was just like, oh, I need to get with artists. I need people to record my music. I need to get in the studio with producers. And then I just, I let go of that mind state and it was like, I'll pick the production that I want for these
Mhm.
lyrics, or I'll, pick a beat that I like and put some lyrics to it. I'll find the
Mhm.
artist. I'll have it recorded. I'll get it mixed, mastered. Like, I control that whole process.
Mhm.
And that's the thing that I'm trying to, pass back to other people. Like, stop waiting on someone to take control of your dream.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Wow, definitely. That is so cool. That's so good. Okay, so I am so happy that you were on the show today. Where can people find you? Do you have like social media, a website?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I have a website, zoduncan.com. I'm heavy on Instagram, uh, ZO_DUNCAN. That's Zo_Duncan. Um, yeah, and then I'm also in a bunch of magazines. Just Google me. Like, I'm out here.
Google me, baby. I remember when that came out. Google me.
Right.
That is amazing. Congratulations on everything, success, the number 3 spot on iTunes, man. I mean, just keep going, and people, man, I mean, what do you look for in an artist, that comes to you? What should they already have before they even knock on your door?
Really just you should have the work ethic, and you should have the ability to record and give the best quality. Like, you can't just, do it on Apple Notes or, a voice recorder and be like, hey, here you
Mhm.
go. Like, you have to, because it's a process. Like, I'm investing my time, I'm investing my money. Like, I don't record professional, like, studio vocals, like final vocals, but I have a studio setup even for my
Mhm.
demos. So like, if I'm getting, studio quality equipment just to do a demo, and you're going to do the final product, your equipment should be better than mine.
Mhm.
So it's like, just that work ethic and the ability to make a quality product is really like, I don't care about your social media following. I don't care about who you work with, or, Busta Rhymes is your cousin. Like, I don't care about none of that. Just just be a solid artist and be able to get the job done.
Wow. I hear you. I hear you. Well, thank you so much. We're going to have all of that information in the description box below. So that way you guys can go and like and follow and comment. And we're also going to play his song today. I am excited. So I'm going to back out and say thank you guys so much for tuning in. And Zo Duncan, take it away, baby.
Hey, this was an amazing interview. Thank you so much. Here is Birthday Dance by Zo Duncan. Please enjoy it.
Staying up, making love, touching you all through the night, kissing this, licking that, share with you what's on my mind. Wake you up with that, cause it's your birthday. You'll be breakfast in bed on your birthday. Girl, you got the quench, you know I'm thirsty. Don't worry about a thing, cause it's your birthday, birthday. Yeah, yeah. Screaming out, shaking legs, dance. Cause it's your birthday, your birthday, your birthday. Happy birthday.
I did to be different. I did.